All right, so I did not really have a specific agenda or anything for today, but I kind of just wanted to walk through what we're going to be doing with our push mentorship. I'm going to mute you guys for now, and like walk through the tracker again one more time and kind of just give you all a backstory of where this came from and why I want to do it. So you all were able to hop on the call with Josh Coates the other night. I was not. I was so bummed, but I still need to go back and watch the recording. I'm going to try to do that this weekend. But I just got done reading his book. This is the one I have talked about it before. It's called F Leadership. It's one you can get it for free. You just pay for the shipping. If you just go to his website, you can, it should have like a banner, a link up there where you can order it. But it was so, so good. And especially for people who are wanting to build a strong business in network marketing, which is what we're doing. This book has been so helpful over the last couple weeks. So basically, it's teaching you about leadership in a business like this and how to approach it in a different way, especially if you have never ever thought of yourself as a leader. But if that is the case, like, let me just tell you, you are wrong because you are a leader. We are all leaders here because you are building your own team. You are going to be leading them. You are going to be setting the example. So the basic concept of his whole book is the 4 M's. So it's super simple. The way he breaks this down and makes it so simple to like develop yourself into the leader that's going to be super successful in this business is first is model. So you have to, before you even have people to lead, you have to model the behavior that you want them to take on. So as a coach, you have to be working out every day, staying on track with your nutrition, sharing about your journey, showing up every single day, and modeling the behaviors that you want your team to embody. So for me, that means showing up for you guys every single day, doing my vital behaviors, being a product of the product, doing my personal development every day, doing the recognition, and then doing the vital behaviors of coaching in the business side, which is posting, sharing all my stories, inviting people to do this with us, following up with people, sharing this opportunity with others. Like, I have to be showing up and doing the work that I'm wanting you to do. Like, I cannot ask you to do something, or I cannot try to recruit new people to join our team and do this if I am not myself doing this. So that is the first thing, is you have to model. You have to be the person who is showing up and doing the thing. Okay. So I wanted to like flip through here a little bit and share some quotes with you guys. So the first one on the chapter about modeling is, he says, your greatest responsibility as a leader is not to motivate others. It's to inspire them. So you cannot motivate somebody else to do the work. Like, they have to want to do it for themselves, but that comes from you inspiring them and instilling that belief in them that they can do it. So that goes for new challengers who are looking to join our accountability group, and that goes for people who are interested in the business, who are interested in coaching. Like, as their leader, you have to instill that belief in them that they can do this. But that starts with you having the belief in yourself that you can do this too. So I think that might be something that we all can really, I know it is, I know that is something that we can all work on to continuously improve, is our belief in ourselves. So I wrote out all of these positive affirmations and plastered them all over my wall over here. So the whole time I'm sitting here working during the day, I can look up there and read all of these affirmations that I have for myself about that I'm a top 10 Beachbody coach, that I am worthy of the success that I am striving for, that I'm an exceptional coach and leader, that I have freedom of time and I own my schedule. I create wealth every day. I'm lean, energetic, and full of life. So all of these things that I want to really like bring to the core and truly, truly believe about myself. Like I have them on this wall looking at me in the face all day, every single day. So do that. Find what the affirmations are that you need for yourself. What are the things that you are struggling with believing in about yourself? Are you struggling to think that you're worthy to do this? Are you struggling to think that you're good enough to do this? That you're whatever it is that you're struggling with, like you have to truly believe that you are worth this, you are capable, you are able, you are smart enough, you are everything enough. You already have it inside of you to do this. You already have it. You just have to tap into it and bring it out. And the more belief that you have in yourself, the more confidence that you're going to have. And the more confidence that you have, the more that is going to come through in every single post that you make and every single story that you put up. And the more people are going to be drawn to that. Like that is what people want, truly. People just want to be happy and they want to be confident and they want to feel good. That is the base. Like that is what everybody wants. And if you have that, people are going to want that, and people are going to ask you, what are you doing? Because something is different about you. What are you doing? Because I can tell like this is complete insanity that we're going through right now, but you are still so happy. Like you still look like you have your life together. Like you seem so much different than you used to be. Like what is different? What are you doing? And that is like the core of it. It's not about Beachbody. It's not about working out or a shake or whatever. It's about true happiness and fulfillment and confidence and energy and just like feeling good. So if you had to start with you first. So mentor or model is the first one. So then once you start modeling the behavior, then you are going to start attracting people into your circle. You're going to start adding clients to your business. You're going to be adding people to our accountability group. You're going to be adding coaches on your team who want to do this with you. So then your next step is motivate. So you start out as model because you might just be you by yourself. You might not have any other business builders on your team yet. So you have to continue to model until you have a circle of people to motivate. So then it's your turn to step up and start to motivate them. And let me see if I can find some quotes. So before we dive into motivate, so I want to touch on a couple more things about modeling, is that leaders are listeners. So when you are talking to somebody about joining our accountability group or possibly becoming a coach, listen more than you talk. So I think that might be something that is like holding us back a little bit. So instead of trying to just tell them so many things about this is why you need to do it, this is what you get, blah, 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 like listen to them, ask them questions. Ask them questions like, why do you want to do this? Why did you reach out to me? What are your goals? Like get them talking more than you are talking. And that's what really good leaders do. So for motivate, let's see. So a lot of people think that when they get somebody to sign up that the hard work is over. So it is not. When you get somebody to sign up as a coach or as a client, like the work has just begun. So don't think that you can just sign somebody up and then, oh, I'm done. Like, no, the work is just starting and you have to engage with them and be like in it with them. Let's see. So a question that he asked in here is, tell me why on earth do people get more value from you as your follower than they do as your business partner? So don't forget that you have to continue to pour into them even after they're on your team. So it says, because you forgot that what you really wanted is a team full of leaders, and leaders aren't found nearly as often as they are developed. So maybe you are super self-motivated and you jumped into this business and you didn't really need anybody to hold your hand. You didn't really need anybody to walk you through the whole process. And so you kind of just feel like, well, if I could do it, then they could do it too. But not everyone is like that. Some people need that extra help. And they need a little bit of extra attention. So making sure that you're focusing on the people that you do bring in to your team and making sure that they have what they need, and motivating them and instilling belief in them. So there's a difference between motivating and mentoring. Mentoring is our next step in this whole leadership process. So motivating is for everyone. So every single person that comes on your team, every single person that joins your accountability group gets your motivation. So that means like these calls. Like anybody who wants to get on these calls is welcome to get on these calls and get some motivation from me. But only the people who are really showing me that they want this, that they're willing to put in the work, are going to get my mentorship. So you have to work with the working. So when you all start to get people on your team who really want to build this business, you have to let them show you that they want this. They have to show you that they're going to put in the work in order to deserve your more one-on-one mentorship time. So as you continue to grow and get closer to diamond, you are going to get these people on your team who are going to become your emeralds and your future diamonds, who are going to show you that they really want this. They're going to take the initiative to go through the back office. They're going to research questions on their own before they come to you and ask. They are going to go through the new coach handbook from front to back and do all of the things. They're going to ask you questions. They are going to start sharing and doing things on their own. And those are the people that you will want to start pouring into, because have y'all heard of that like 80-20 rule, where 80% of your results is going to come from 20% of the people? And you want to make sure that you are pouring the most of your time into those 20% of people who are really showing up, and not spreading yourself so thin and trying to give your attention to so many people. So we are kind of still in, at least like for you guys, you are kind of still in that like model and motivate stage in your business. So, and where like I am getting to the point of into the mentorship part. So as you get people on your team who are wanting to build the business, that is when you get to start transitioning into that mentorship role too. And then the last M is called multiply. So once you get your business to where it is growing fast enough and you're bringing enough business partners in every single month, like you will get to where you need systems in place to help make it easier. So you can work harder, but work less. So having systems in place to help coaches get started, to help them get signed up, like all of the things that are going to help your business run more smoothly and create multiplication in your business. And that is where like the long-term lasting success comes from, and what is going to help you to like not just build something just for your family, but to build a legacy that is going to like last even after you're gone. So those are the 4 M's. And one of the things that he talked about in the mentorship part of the group is a way to find your people who really want to do this and really want to build the business is doing a challenge like this push mentorship that we're doing. So laying it all out there that like these are the expectations. We are going to do this. It's going to run from right now through the end of April. And we are going to like commit to doing everything on this tracker every single day. And we're going to share our tracker on Wednesday nights, and we are going to focus on action. So a lot of times in groups like this, like you only get rewarded if you get results, but I want to reward both results and effort. And so if you are showing up, if you are checking these things off of your tracker, at least 85% of them every week, you are going to get recognition and like rewards in this group. And if you are not, then the way that Josh runs his groups is if you are not completing 85% of your tracker, you have like 2 or 3 days after the deadline to catch up and get back into it, or you get kicked out of the group, because he only wants to work with people who really want it and are going to show up. And if you really want it, if you fall behind, like, hey, that's okay. It's going to happen. We're human. Life happens. But get caught back up, get back on track. And that is why his clients have been so successful, is because he has this standard of accountability and this like standard that you are going to show up and you are going to do the things. And he recognizes 2 people at the end of the month. The first is the person that had the best results and the highest numbers. So obviously, if you've got the highest numbers, like, you want to be recognized for that and you want to be celebrated. But he also recognizes the person who doesn't necessarily have the highest numbers, but they saw the most growth from start to finish over the time span of the challenge. So that is what I want to do too. So that's what we're going to focus on. So obviously we are going to focus on trying to get the highest numbers that we can, because that means that we are helping more people, it means that we're growing our team, but we're also just going to focus on growth. So maybe, like, for example, Christy, like, you've hit Success Club 6 for the past 2 months. Like, maybe this is the month you're like, okay, I'm going to go for Success Club 10. And I'm going to see like how much I can grow. So maybe like last month I hit 6. So let's say like this month my minimum is 10, but let's see like really how far I can get it and how much I can grow in this month. Because y'all, these groups like this, these challenges, these pushes are when you see that growth in your business of going from like where you're at right now to diamond. Like, that is these push periods. So that is something else like to know about this business, is there are seasons where you kind of just like, you're hitting Success Club, you're adding a couple coaches every month, like you're growing, but it's not like super fast or anything. And then there are seasons of hustle where you are like head down, like doubling down on the people you're talking to, and really, really hustling with your team. And that is when you see people go from like 1 star to 5 star, is like during those hustle periods where they're like all in, like this is all that they are focusing on. So that is what I want to treat this as. I want to treat this like a hustle period where we are pouring everything that we can into this. We're not putting it on the back burner. We are making it a priority in our day, every single day, and making sure that we're making time for it as early in the day as possible. So for me, next week is going to be insane with work. Like, I'm going to be so busy with my regular job from the time I get on the computer in the mornings until I can finally like get off in the afternoons. I am going to be hustling with that work because we have a lot of things that are due at the end of next week. But with that being said, I know when I get off the computer at 5 o'clock that I'm going to be tired. And I'm not going to want to sit down at the computer for another hour and send out messages or invites or follow up with people. I know that already going into it, that this is how my brain is going to think. So what can I do to structure my day to make sure that this thing that truthfully is more important to me than my other job, like, if I could just quit my other job and pour everything into this, I would, but I just can't do that right now. But I need to figure out a way to structure my day where this still gets priority, even though the rest of everything in my life is going to be crazy and very demanding. So does that mean that I send out my invites in the morning before I jump on the computer? Probably so. That probably means that I need to get my hind end out of bed at 5 a.m. on the dot, not at 5:23, not at 5:30, 5 a.m. I need to have my time from 5 to 7. At 7, I need to press play, not at 7:15 or 7:08. At 7 o'clock, I need to press play on a workout, get it done, and while I'm cooling down for my workout, I need to send my invites for that day. Or if it's Friday, I need to send my follow-ups for Friday. And that is something that I don't know if y'all have had time to go back and watch the tracker overview video that I did, but I went through all of the different things that are on this tracker, which is nothing new, things that we're all still doing. But what I love about the way that he does, so literally I just copied Josh's tracker. So when I did his Art of Recruiting training back like a year and a half ago, and this is his tracker. Like, this is the tracker he made us use. And I followed it to a T for the whole month of December. And then in January, I hit Success Club 20. And in February, I hit Success Club 22. So I know it works. But what I love about it is that you don't have to invite over the weekend. And you only have to invite 4 days a week. So Monday through Thursday is your inviting days, following up on Friday, and then you have your weekend to take a break from it. And that's what I love about it, because that is something that is the hardest for me. And I think it's the hardest for everyone. And it is only that way because we make it that way, because I put it off. I put it off until the end of the day, and then it's the one thing I don't really want to do. And so I try to avoid it. And if I would just do it first thing in the morning, I wouldn't dread it and I wouldn't hate it. And then I would have the whole rest of the day to do the activities in my business that I actually love and look forward to and get excited about. So that's my plan. But then I also don't have to do it every single day. Like, I can take a break today and tomorrow and know that, okay, on Monday, I'm going to jump back in. And even over the weekend, if you really know that your schedule is going to be crazy, plan out the people who you're going to invite for the next 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Get a blank notebook, write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 people, 7 accountability group invites, 3 coaching invites, and then you don't even have to think about it. It'll take you 10 minutes to sit down and send 10 messages to those people. And then later in the day is when you can go back and start exploring the people who are already in your network, people who are already following you, and starting conversations with them, connecting with them, building relationships. And that is what makes, like, the first week of this tracker of inviting is going to be the hardest. But then after you have spent an entire week starting new conversations with people and starting, like, conversations that have nothing to do with Beachbody or coaching, just building those relationships with people, when you have spent a whole week doing that, when it comes to week 2 of this tracker, you are going to have so many people who you can invite, and you're not going to have to feel weird about it because you've been talking to them for a week already. Just about life and building that relationship with them. So then it doesn't feel weird, and you already have a list of people who you know you can go invite this week. And then when it comes to Friday, go back. Who did you invite the week before who was interested, who you haven't heard back from? Send them another message. So, like, don't complicate it. Like, and I think that's what makes it so efficient and so effective, is that you are focusing just as much on building new relationships with people as you are on inviting. So that's what makes it so easy, and is going to create this, like, flow, this, like, funnel system through your business of people who you're starting conversations, starting a relationship with, talking to, and then you get to inviting them and they talk about it. Maybe it's not the right time, so then you wait and you follow up with them a couple times, and then eventually they're ready. And because when you are building that relationship with them and talking with them every few days, then they are going to be watching you more, especially if you're having an engaging, like, fun conversation with them. They are going to start watching your stories. They're going to start reading your posts. They're going to start getting curious about what you do. And you might not even have to actually invite them. They might just ask you about it on their own. And that is even better. So that is, like, is so simple, and it works. I promise it works. This is exactly what the top coaches are doing, and it works, and we are going to give it a shot. So that is basically the gist of this group, is just following this tracker. Every single Wednesday night, you are going to post your tracker, even if it's not complete, but the goal is 85%. And if you don't get to that 85%, then you have a couple days to catch back up and make up for it. But just make sure that you're printing one out and keeping it with you, sharing it on Wednesday nights, on Thursday, I will be going live. And I decided to keep everything in the Radiant Empire group for 2 reasons. So reason number 1 is because I just do not want to have another group to like be running and checking in. I just want to have this same group. And reason number 2 is there are a lot of coaches on this team who are in that Radiant Empire group who are not actively building their business. Oh, we all sure. There are a lot of people who are on our team who have been discount coaches for a really long time, or maybe they used to build the business and they just kind of fell off because life happened. I want them to see this. I want them to see this push challenge. I want them to see me going live in there every single week. I want them to see you guys posting your tracker, showing up, having fun, and seeing really good results in your business. And hopefully that will inspire them to get back into this too. Because I actually have 2 girls who are going to start coaching. So they've been discount coaches for a while. One of them is Annette, who you have been talking to, Christy. So Annette is going to be getting into coaching. I sent her our new coach handbook, and she started to go through it. And the second one is Melissa. So you've probably seen her. I shared her transformation yesterday. So the 2 of them, so Melissa is a teacher, but she's home right now. She has a little girl, and she's like, you know what? I was reading through the handbook and I'm already doing a lot of these things. And I was like, yes, you are. And she was like, and I'm home now, and this would give me something to do. And it would give me something that is mine that I can pour myself into. And I was like, yes, exactly. So I have literally been talking to her about switching over from a discount coach to a business coach for so long, and she's finally ready to do it. So hopefully that is 2 more people that we're going to have working with us on this, and I'm so freaking excited. And Sam is also going to be back. So Sam is going to be doing this push mentorship with us too. So I got to touch base with her over the weekend and make sure she is just knows all the expectations and everything, because I'm not going to be this mean, terrible leader who's calling you out and be like, you didn't do your shit this week, but I'm also still your leader. And I am going to call you out if you're not showing up because you told me you wanted this. And sometimes we just need that, a little accountability. We need somebody to kick us in the butt when we're eating ice cream every single night after dinner, like me here lately. Not even going to lie. Had a glass of wine, had some ice cream, and I ate a whole bag of chocolate of peanut butter filled pretzels last night. No joke. So I need somebody to kick me in the butt and be like, Allison, what are you doing? Get back on track. You know how to eat to make yourself feel better. Your body is your business. Get back on track. You know what to do. And so I know I also need somebody to kick my butt in my business and say, you said you wanted this. You said that this was really important to you. This is what you told me your goals were, but you're not showing up like that. So I need somebody to do that for me, or I want someone to do that for me. So I'm going to do that for you guys and do it for each other. You and Christy have been great at being success partners with each other for the last few weeks. Continue to do that. Show up for each other, ask each other, check in, make sure people are showing up and doing what they said they were going to do. So that is the whole point of this group. So we'll be sharing our trackers on Wednesday night, and then I'll be going live every single Thursday. I'll try to figure out what time so I can tell you all so you can jump on. But on Thursday live, what I'll be doing is celebrating everybody who did their tracker, at least 85%, and calling people out who did not, and then talking about something tactical, or maybe not necessarily tactical, but either some motivation, inspiration, something to pump you up again, because Thursday is the start of our week, every single week. And so that is why I put Thursday at the top of the tracker. So we're also going to celebrate. We're going to start sharing okay, what did you earn this week? What did you bring in? And what are you going to do with it? We're going to start talking about that and sharing it, because that is so powerful. Because even if it's $50 that you were able to fill your car up with gas, somebody that is following you is going to relate to that. Somebody that's following you is going to be like, man, that would be so nice just to have money to fill my gas tank up every week. That would be so nice. And we have to talk about that, because if you want to build the business, you have to talk about the business. You cannot build a successful business with just challengers. It doesn't happen. Or just discount coaches. You have to have other people who want to do the business too. So I'm so guilty of it. And like Christy, you mentioned inviting to coaching the other day. So inviting to coaching, I'm just going to be honest, has been one of the hardest things for me. But I have also found that inviting to coaching is harder when I'm not talking about the business consistently. So it's just like inviting to our accountability group is easy when we are talking about our accountability group all the time. Like we're sharing on our stories, we're talking about our workouts, we're talking about checking in, we're talking about our personal development, like all the things that we do in our group, we're talking about it all the time. So we don't feel weird inviting people to do it because we feel like they already know about it. They already know this is what we're doing. And we feel weird about inviting to coaching because we are not talking about coaching. We're not sharing about the things that we do as a coach, the activities that we do every single day, the community that we have, the income that we made this week and what we were able to do with it. Like we're not talking about that as much. So then it's harder to ask people to coach because they're going to be like, what is she talking about? Like, I don't even know what she's talking about. I don't know what she does. So make sure you are talking about it every single day. And that's something I have to be super intentional with. So if you are sitting down to do a power hour, get on your stories and say, hey, like I'm sitting down, I'm going to bust out, do a power hour of work for my business. I'm going to hop on with my success partner and we're going to get all of our to-do list done for the day. Just like little breadcrumbs of things that you're doing for your business. So even if it's just, hey, I'm sitting down to work on the content for my group for this week. This is one of the things that I do every single week as a coach is put together the stuff that I'm providing my clients. I'm sending out the meal plan that we use, or we're hopping on a team call tonight. Talk about this mentorship that you're doing. Share this. Like, talk about how we're doing this as a team and we're really pushing to hit some goals. Like, despite all the crazy stuff that is going on in this world, like this business is something that has been something super positive for you and something that you have been able to pour yourself into, and it's really, really rewarded you. Think about like your favorite things about being a coach. I need to sneeze. I don't think it's going to come out. But think about like your favorite things about being a coach, the things that you look forward to doing every day. Team calls, power hours, live videos, celebrating. Like if I shout you out for something on my stories, share it on your stories and then talk about it. Like, cause people don't know what it means most of the time. So like share it on your story and be like, that thing I just posted was my coach giving me a shout out because I just hit Success Starter for month 2. Like, I'm so close to earning my free ticket to Summit. Like Summit this year is canceled. It's our annual coach event, but I'm going next year. I'm going to have that free ticket. Like talk about that. That is like, that's a perfect example. Let's see what else. We're going to have our team calls on Saturdays, just like normal, but I am super, super excited that next Saturday we are going to have a guest speaker. So it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody else. And I'm super excited. Her name is Bailey, and she is a coach who is freaking killing it. Like I met her when I went to New Leader Conference last year. So New Leader Conference is an event that they do every single February for 1-star diamond coaches. So as soon as you hit 1-star diamond, then you get invited to the next New Leader Conference. And it's in LA every single February. It's for a long weekend. You get to go to Beachbody headquarters, all kinds of trainings from the top coaches. It is so much fun. And so I met Bailey at New Leader Conference last year, and we instantly hit it off. Like we hung out all weekend, and she's a full-time coach, and she has been absolutely killing it in her business. Like she's in the top 200 in the entire company right now. She had like Success Club 50 something last month. Yeah. And she has like 8 or 9 coaches on her team right now who are hustling and who are all working towards diamond. So she is like getting ready to do big breaking things in her business. And so she's going to come talk to us about what she's doing in her business and why it's working and being so successful. So I'm super excited about that. And I can't wait to have her on. So my goal is kind of going to be to have like me host a team call, and then the following weekend have a guest, and then me, and then a guest, and then me, and then a guest. So I haven't decided who I want to get for the next one, but I will keep y'all posted. But I'm super excited about that. So hopefully next weekend we can have everybody on and have like you, Christy, Sam, Melissa, and Annette, and have everybody on here would be super, super good. So any questions? That's about all I've got. Do you have any questions, Christy?
No, it was good. I struggle with inviting to coaching because, like, I don't. You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, we're good. Like, I struggle with inviting to coaching just because, like, I mean, I am so comfortable with inviting to my accountability group. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it was going through the other one.
No, so like inviting to accountability is so easy just because I absolutely love it and I love everything that I don't know.
All right, now
I'm not muted.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm having difficulties. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just struggle inviting to coaching just because it's like you said, it's not it doesn't come easy. Like I love everything that I do. Like I truly, if I could quit school and like just forget all about it and coach full time, like that's what I want to do. Like I absolutely love it. School is like the last thing I want to do every single day. And I'm just like, no, I have to do it. But anyway, so I think like you said, just like dropping the breadcrumbs to let people know that, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like I'm actually a coach. Like sometimes I feel like people just think I just work out for fun, which I do because I love it, but like they don't know that there's the back side of it. So I think like what you said, like just dropping the breadcrumbs in my stories, and then like once I do that, like transfer over to an actual post, so it's not like just coming out of the woodworks, and be like, well, where did this come from,
Breadcrumb it in your stories for a couple days, and then make a post. And if you feel like people really have no idea that that's what you do, then be like, just say that. Be like, I feel like people just think I do this for fun, which is partially true, but did you know that I'm also a coach, that I could help you do this too? Like you could join me. I have an accountability group. This is what we do. Would be awesome.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what I'll do this next week is just drop little bits in my stories and then make that post. So
yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I'm super excited about this group. Like, look at my board.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
I ordered it, so I have this like small board over there.
Yeah.
And it's like half of it is a cork board and half of it is dry erase board, and it's just like not enough room. And so I was like, I have this big office now, like I want a big dry erase board where I can put like everything I want to do on this one thing. And I ordered it, and I did not realize it was going to be that big. Like it came in and it was like, whoa. But
you're already filling it up.
Yeah, so I'll show you what I have on it. Okay, so I have like my success club, like where I can put everybody's name in, like new business coaches that I want to add to the team. And then this is like monthly, like things I want to do this month, which is just like videos and stuff I want to watch. And then I put a weekly schedule of everything, like each day, what I need to do. And then our push mentorship. And this is like what we talked about today, model, motivate,
multiply. Okay, I missed the last M. The last M is multiply?
Yeah. And then I have our team call schedule with who's going to host. And then I'm going to start going live in our accountability group every Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
So I have like a little schedule for that too. But I'm super excited. I can't wait to get it hung up. I just want to paint first before I hang it up. So I don't know when that's going to happen.
That's awesome. I put like all of my like daily post things and like what we're supposed to do on my mirror where I do my devotions and stuff. So like to remind me, hey, like when I sit down in the mornings, do all the regular stuff that we do. Plus, I need to write down my goals every day. That's just something like I don't do, like, I have them in my head, I just don't physically, like, write them down.
Right. And like I was thinking when I was super consistent and super successful and like I was in grad school, but I had this dry erase board. I think it might have even been that one, but it was like I lived in a townhouse or a condo or whatever, I don't know what you call it. And so it was like a tiny bedroom that I like my bed was on one side and then directly across like my desk was right beside my bed and then right there on that wall was my dry erase board that had my goal for the month, like for Success Club or whatever. And so
Yeah.
every time I woke up and every time I went to bed, like I saw that and it was super like it was always in the front of my brain, like, okay, like I need to hustle, like I'm not there yet. And so I that's why I wanted to have that here too. So hopefully it'll help. And then also like I have just been writing down those goals like after I do like my devotion and prayer and I like journal and then write down my affirmations and I just write down my goals like right under that. So hopefully that will help.
Yeah, I just need to start doing that. So I got the room, and then our 10 conversations, like if our conversations turn into inviting, that's okay for that to double dip on our check marks, right?
Yeah. And if you
That's
really
it.
like what Josh says is like this is your minimum. And like
Yeah.
you are really wanting to go for it, like if you have extra time, double it. Like double your 10, do 20. And that is like actually on his tracker that was an option of like the last column was like double your invites and you could like check that off if you doubled them for that day. But right now I just want us to focus on consistency, like in action and just showing up and not overwhelming yourself with trying to do too much, just showing up and doing the basics and building that habit. Because every single day that you wake up and you actually do it, it's like gives you a deposit in your confidence bucket. And you're like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And the more you do it, then it's easier and easier. And then it just becomes a habit of something that you do every single day that you don't even have to think about. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going for. So I am getting on Keisha's call at 11. So I don't know if you're busy, if you have other stuff to do today, but I'm going to be getting on that call. But you can sign up for it and get the link. But she is awesome. So she's a Beachbody coach. But she has kind of pivoted and is not really focusing on her Beachbody business very much anymore. Like she is mentoring her current team and still that she has, but she's not like actively recruiting anymore because she started this new company and it's called She Goes. I don't know if you follow her on Instagram or anything, but you should because she is just a ball of fun. And she,
What's her name?
Keisha Fitzgerald, Kacia. But so she's pivoted. She started this new company. It's called She Goes, and it's like a personal development. Like she has a podcast. It's called the Empower Her, like HE Empower Her podcast. And she started this community called The Collective. And so basically it's $10 a month and it's a global personal development community. Every single month there's a theme and she gives you 3 videos that come with like worksheets and everything to do, like all about mindset. And I just signed up for it and I'm super excited about it, but she's doing this call today. It's for free. It's just for Beachbody coaches because she was like, this is a crazy time. Like Summit just got canceled. Like she just wanted to like do something for free to like pour into this community because she loves it so much. So I'm going to hop on that at 11 and try to catch up on some other stuff between now and then. But if you want to hop on, I think it would be a really good call to listen to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely try and see if I can find that. Do you have that link to join? Can you send it to me or do I need to go?
Yes, go to KeishaFitzgerald.com/network marketer.
Okay.
Or I guess I could like type it to you in the chat.
Oh, very fine. I wrote it down. You're good, Beck. If we gotta run out before all the people go to the stores. So if we get back in time, then I'll definitely hop on. I Facebooked Christy, and she said that one of her horses was giving birth, so she had to jump off.
I wondered where she.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, well, awesome. I love this call. Thank you for all like the little tips about inviting to coaching. Because yeah, I was weird about that. So that'll help.
Let me know when you do it for the first time.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I will.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye, honey.